What's up, people? Brother Brian back at you with another video. Today's Sunday. Got up this morning. It was 30 degrees. It's been back down in the 20s here in Ohio. It was up to like 75 degrees there for a few minutes. Then it drops back down, and then next week it'll drop back up. I got my bibs coveralls on in the garage today because it's cold outside, man. Haven't been record digging here lately, man. Check this out, man. This is a General Electric radio, man. It's broken. I picked this up at Goodwill yesterday for like $5, man. It's got the old analog tuner. The antenna's busted. Takes batteries. I was looking at buying some batteries with some rechargeable battery packs and all that stuff. It was like $50, right? Because I was getting this for fishing. When I go fishing, man, it's just nice to have a little radio. You could tune it in, and this thing sounds fantastic. So it was like $50 for the batteries and the charger, and I said, I can't do that. So what I ended up doing was I bought me one of those 120 volt conversion cigarette things for your car. And then I'll just get that, plug that into this, because my car's a wagon, and right in the back of it where you open it up, you could tailgate fish. That has a plug. And it was $15. It was cheaper than batteries. And what I did was I just got me a little one of these guys with the wire, stick that in there, and then the other side's got a clamp. You can clamp that on your car, whatever you need. Boom, you're back in business, man. I just want to kind of share this. I'm going somewhere with this, man. I'm a person. I like to thrift. I like to repurpose things. You know what I'm saying? I like old stuff. This thing sounds fabulous. I was listening to it yesterday, man, and I was like, it's got this this full range speaker in here, and now granted, this thing is probably from the early '80s. It's made in Malaysia. It is what it is. I paid little to nothing for it, but repurposing, man. I'm an old school guy. I'm an old soul, man. And I don't want to think. I don't want you to think I'm ranting and raving and bitching and moaning, because that's not what I'm doing. But what I like to do is I want you guys that are my friends and watch my videos to always remember to reflect on what is, stay focused on reality, man, because we don't live in reality anymore, man. We live in some other fucking planet that's driven by capitalism and money and bullshit, man. I was sitting there watching this guy do a video just a minute ago, and he was talking about this Rotel, receiver stuff, man, and I had to watch all his fucking commercials, and then had to get all this fucking capitalistic bullshit before he starts talking about it, man. And I was sitting there thinking, these fucking people are sold out, man. They're fucking sold. The people are fucking sold out to money, man. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing, man? I mean, because I'm 50 years old. I'm going to be 51 years old this month. I've got my own pile of capitalistic bullshit behind me, okay? Let's not fool ourselves, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not like up to debt in my ears because I'm trying to impress somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out on YouTube trying to make videos so I can quit my job and I can become some type of fucking sellout. And I love the Grateful Dead, man. I love the Dead. I love their music. I think they're fucking wonderful. But let's just face it, man. Even the Grateful Dead have sold out, man. They're sellouts. They had fucking sold out. They, instead of just going around and doing these concerts and making it affordable for people, they cop out. They make excuses, blame other people for why their fucking ticket sales are $5,000 a ticket, why you got to fly all the way to fucking California to see them in this big fancy bullshit. No, man, the fucking Grateful Dead, man, they used to do free concerts on a fucking street, man, and anybody could fucking go. You didn't have to go out and get a loan from a fucking bank to go to a goddamn Grateful Dead show, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, I mean, I hate to say it. I know a lot of you guys love the Dead, man. I do too. I play their music. I got their box sets. I spend money on their new records and stuff. I love it, man. I love it. But it's not what it used to be. None of it is, man. You listen to like the Who back in 1970, man. Talk about pure talent, raw, pure fucking talent, man. Beautiful music. Tickets for about $8 a pop, man. It was amazing, man. You went and seen the best of the best, man. It was just awesome. Nowadays, unless you're lavish, you don't even get to go see a fucking concert, man. Can't even go see a fucking concert. Dude, nobody can afford it, man. The inflation's through the roof. It's fucking crazy. People barely make enough fucking money to live, man. And I love stereo stuff. And I was thinking about this week about what are we doing, as vital as people that listen to music and records, and what are we actually doing? I mean, $35 is about the average price now of a record. And, you buy these records, to me, I like digging, man. I like to go digging. I like to find affordable things. Even though I work, I'm a hard worker. I make good money. I love working. I love what I do. I love getting up and going to work every day. But I also enjoy digging, man. I don't just want to go buy the latest and greatest stereo. You know, Nowadays, man, you buy these stereos, even the vintage stereos. You get these guys and they take these stereos and they pull all the good parts out of them and they put Chinese capacitors, Chinese fucking resistors, Chinese transistors, all this fucking Chinese garbage in them. They're just not the same. They're not the same. Focus on this. Focus on being. This really is a positive video. Trying to bring you into focus on why we're here, what's important with life, man. It ain't this fucking bullshit that we're dealing with every day. When you go out and buy a stereo, don't go out. You don't have to go out and spend all this money to be happy listening to music, man. Go out and get you an affordable record player. The best stereos that were made in America back in the 60s and early 70s. They were the best fucking stereos in the world, and they still are today. They still are the best fucking stereos. They still work. I got a Macintosh 1700 receiver in there, and it still works, and it still sounds fabulous even to this day. I've got an American made Marantz in there. Still sounds fabulous to this day, and it's a fraction of the cost of the newer bullshit. Tubes, man. You know, Instead of going out and trying to find something that's rated with this, it's got the frequency response. It's got the best frequency response in the world. Find something that really fits your niche. You know what I'm saying? That aligns itself with your soul, man. Like an old tube amp. You know, I've got an old Magnavox tube amp, man, made back in the 50s. And it's just a little standalone, it's really simple, couple transformers, some tubes in it, man. You just plug in a preamp in your turntable with a nice little set of speakers, man, and it just sounds fabulous, man. Sounds fabulous for a fraction of the cost. And it's made with real copper, real minerals, real components, and you could work on it, man. If something goes out on it, you could work on it yourself. I mean, a little capacitor goes out, which it doesn't. Mine still had the original capacitors in it and stuff. It sounds fabulous. But find a stereo that lines with your soul, man. You know, when you sit there and listen to this stuff, you go, well, you know, a $15,000 stereo. But does it really bring you up, or is it bringing you down because you got to make payments on this thing and it's just so much bullshit? And then you get it and you're like, it really doesn't sound that great anyway. It sounds okay, you know, it really doesn't sound like I thought it should sound. You know, get you an old tube amp. They're cheap. You can find you an old tube amp, man. Get it working perfect. Get you a nice set of speakers, man. Something that makes you feel good, man. You know what I mean? It creates a beautiful atmosphere in your home. Man, you know, in this garage, I got Goodwill speakers, man. I don't know if you can see them right there. Look, these old cheap Goodwills in the garage, man. Things are made out of plastic, but you know what, man? I don't care. I've got them plugged into my record player. Man, and I was listening to some music the other day, man, and had tears coming out of my eyes. It just sounded so good. The music, man, was putting goosebumps on my arms, man. It was just so beautiful that I didn't have to go in debt to go get that. You know what I'm saying? We live in this capitalistic world, man, and people are selling out every fucking day, man. It's getting old. People are selling out left and right for a little bit of fucking money to feed their fucking ego, their bullshit. The churches are sold out, man. You know what I'm saying? The churches, you know, you go to these churches and all they do is they want you to give money, boost your ego. You know, I mean, it's just, we live in a world of sellouts, man. You know, I think the younger generation, they're finally starting to wake up, man. They're like, yo, I don't want to be like these fucking retards, you know? Go out and get in debt for this shit, try to impress people I don't really fucking like anyway. You know, I'm gonna say probably one of the better purchases that I made last year. Okay, I went and bought a few things last year. And people are the light bulb's starting to go off in their head, okay? And I'm starting to see more videos on this. And that's on the old step up transformers, they call them SUTs, SUT, step up transformers, man, where people are getting these little moving coil step up transformers that they're plugging the record players into them, man. And then they put that into their stereo, man. It's just I hooked one up last year. I bought one, and it's just phenomenal, man. It was like $300. I know it's not cheap, but you know, if you go and buy a new cartridge, say you go out and spend, you know, $1,200 on a new Hannah cartridge, or you go out and you buy this new, you're on the waiting list for 6 months phono stage. I'll bet you $50 that little step up transformers that I bought will probably blow away most fucking people's stereos, man, for $300. People go out and spend $3,000 on a phono stage. They go out and spend, you know, $1,200, $1,500 on a new cartridge, when all you could do is just go out and buy that little step-up transformer, plug that into your stereo, plug it into whatever fucking stereo you got, You're operating on a whole nother level, man. I'm telling you, man. People are starting to wake up. I seen a video this morning I was watching, and this guy's getting he's building these step up transformers, and he's selling them now for $1,600 just for a step up transformer. And you could buy them still before people start wising up to all this marketing bullshit. They could just go out and get this thing, plug it into their turntable. Don't have to change nothing, but probably get you a little low output MC cartridge, and it's going to change your life. You can plug it into that old 1950s Magnavox, man, with these plastic speakers, man, and it'll probably piss you off how good it's going to sound, man. You know, it's about the music, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was pretty excited about this, man. I remember when I was a kid, we used to listen to the ball games, man. We used to listen to the Reds, Cincinnati Reds. We were out at the lake, and Dad would have the Reds game on. This is back in the 80s, man. And, you know, and unfortunately, with the baseball, they had the big strike. Remember a few years ago, they had that big strike? And ever since then, man, baseball has sold out, man. It's not the same. People don't hardly listen to it. It's just a bunch of bullshit anymore, man. It ain't what it used to be with the Big Red Machine, with Concepcion and Johnny Bench and Pete Rose, man. It's not what the same. You know, people were playing with their heart and soul. Now they just want to fucking play for a little bit of fucking money, and they're running basketball now too. They're running basketball where these kids, or even football, these kids are getting these giant millions and hundreds of $1 million contracts, and they're like 16, 17-year-old kids, man. They're running it. Everybody's selling out. They're selling their souls, man. You know, and they're doing it even in fishing, man. Even in fishing. They're selling out in fishing. They've got these new computer devices in the boat that tell them where the fish are, and they can throw their bait out, and you could see the fish. You could see the fish on these things. You could sit there and just wiggle your bait right in front of the fish. Man, that ain't talent. That ain't fishing. That's bullshit, man. You know, you may not like what I'm saying, but you know what? I'm the only motherfucker on here that's telling you like it is. Brother Brian's out of here.